Thank you for staying with Daybreak. We're still having that conversation about friendship, what you base it on, and whether it's cutthroat competition or not. It's the girls' club we're talking about. So before we get into that, here's what the boys had to say last Friday. Listen.
Friendship is overrated, right? As you've said, it's all about convenience. You're with somebody as long as you need them. The day that need stops being there, you're going to find a way of dismissing that person from your life. Don't think that, oh, it's my brother, my sister. Friendship is overrated. And we've been putting so much burden on people for them to be a certain way. Well, us guys are not that way, right? I'm with this girl because I want to be with her for the time I want to be with her. I'm with Eddie. Eddie, when you went through your issue, how many guys stayed? Right? I think
you can count his fingers.
Yeah, but if you have a boatie, and today you say, I have a boatie, I'm telling you right now, if I say I have a boatie on this station, 3,000 guys will say they're available. But if I tell them Eddie is going through a situation, can we just changia for him 100 bob? Guys will change the station and go to another one. So friendship is overrated, right? But what I say is this, is that I have been through many friends. As in, you come, you get a friend, this friend stays for a particular point in your life. He cannot handle maybe your next level, okay? Because you're going to keep growing. There's some friends that are going to have to drop off. Like when you were in primary, you used to say, oh, this is my friend to death. This one I will never, ever, ever. You guys, from one second term, and you've already forgotten about that friend you are saying you'll never, ever forget. Right? Like my dad used to tell me, there'll always be another night to go to carnival. And I'm like, no, Dad, this is the night.
This is it.
Right? So yes, I want us to think that friendship is not a big deal. Right? These are conveniences. When you meet somebody, you do what you can with that person for that time. Beyond that time, it will expire.
Wandia, friendship expires and it's based on convenience.
And friendship is overrated.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Wow. What a way to look at life. Let me start by saying this. I think for me, my opinion is that friendship starts within. You have to work on yourself, right? And so once you work on yourself, then you're able to give. And once you give, then you receive what you are giving. We believe in karma, right? We attract what you put out there, right? And so you have to be, if you want a friend who's a certain way,
you have to be that.
You have to be that yourself.
But have you ever felt betrayed by a friend? Because I find this panel very proper. In terms of
you don't think that women can have proper friendships?
No, that is not what I said. They said, yo, I don't want to walk into that fight.
I'm joking. Anyway.
Have you ever felt betrayed by one of your friends?
Not the friends I have right now. Maybe in the past, yes, and they're no longer my friends. It happens.
But say, does how long you've known someone equate to how deeper your friendship is? E.g., if I've known you for a year, vis-a-vis maybe Ogutu has known you for 10 years, does that mean that you and Ogutu are tighter?
No. No.
And I'm the new girl in the block?
No. Before I answer that, there's something that has been
Hold
running.
it closer.
I need to ask a question based on what Ogutu said. She says friendship shouldn't be based out of reciprocity. That's that word.
Yeah.
So my question is, true, that should be the case, but that's not what we normally see. If that were the case, we will not see situations whereby when one grows, their circle changes. Because if anything, if this one was your friend, even if they are not growing with you, you should still have them as friends. You should still have them as friends. Now back to you, Zinzi, the question is, I have a friend I've known for 17 years. I have another I've known for 2 years. But I'll tell you, the one that I've known for 2 years knows me more.
Yeah.
So time doesn't equal
No, it doesn't.
All right.
Yeah.
Ogutu, even as we pass over the phone to this too, very quickly, do you think that the friends that you have right now, the powerful friends that you have right now, which is very admirable, if you lost your status, if you lost your title, if today you are not Ogutu, do you think that they'll still be there?
Well, I would hope so. But, you know, also, I think it's just like, this conversation is so about, don't put the burden of friends that when things in your life spiral out of control, your friends are supposed to come there and save you. That's not their role. It really is not their role.
Is it not?
I don't think it's their role, because, and why I look at it like this is, people always define friendships to be between you and I. We've just met. We could be fantastic friends. But your siblings can be your friends. Your cousins can be your friends. The people you've interacted with in your life can be your friends. I have lecturers who are my friends as well. But don't always look at friends and put that burden that when things in your life go wrong, that it's my role to, the friendship is then defined by what I do when things in your life go wrong. That's not how friendship works.
Because more often than not, that is what determines true friendship. Yeah. When I'm in trouble. Because if I'm not in trouble, then why do I need you?
But I also get where she's coming from.
When you talk about relatives most of the time are obligated to be your friends.
But you see, this is the same mindset. This is the same mindset of Kenyans and funerals. No, it is. Because what the mindset is, you raise money when there's a problem.
Right.
So you raise money, you go, you rush to bury. But why couldn't you support this person when there was other things going on in their lives? So friendship is not only based and should not be a yardstick for when something went wrong, how the person reacted, but what about all the other times when you were building and the support you were given? Is that now discounted? Because if we define it based off when you had an issue, then it really beats the purpose.
Renee, do you agree with what Ugutu has said? The fact that sort of pressure we put on our friends to be our saviors.
You know, I really think I agree with the notion of reciprocity, but then again, you know, there's a certain mental idea about friendship. There's these people who create a friend in their head, and they're like, I want my friend to be like this. When I call them, I want them to pick up and be like, oh, you're going through this, I'm coming to help you.
So that burden
I'm here for
your
you.
Friend being a savior.
I feel like we should just let people be themselves. Once you define your friendship, you're able to know that this person can do this for me, this person can do this for me, then again, be the friend you'd like to have. So if you'd like a friend who supports you, probably emotionally, offer that emotional support. And I think that's where the reciprocity comes in, because I'd not like my friend to support me in that way. And then when they're going through a breakdown, I'm just there watching them like, wow.
Ayama, you're too quiet. I'm looking at you, Bessie, but Ayama, you're too quiet.
How do you know who your true friend is? What is the yardstick for you? Because there's a conversation here about reciprocity, whether it's symbiotic or not, in the circles that you're in. That friend, you do have a friend, right? We start from there. One who you think is really close to you.
Do I have a friend?
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's questionable, because
you're not even sure if you have
yeah,
one.
no, because some people, like you said, when you're going through things, you have to wait and see, is this person going to be a true friend to you?
You or not?
Exactly.
So right now, you don't even know if you have a friend.
I do. I have a couple, 1, 2, 3, who I know if I would die today, they would genuinely be gutted.
And on what basis do you base this? Is it because they went through something and you knew they came through, or is it just a feeling you have?
No,
because the true friendship is tested when you really have a situation, as opposed to what Ogutu is saying.
I mean, I think it's all rounded. You know, for me, I base my friends on, do we have the same values? You know, what are your priorities in life? So if we're not getting on the same page in terms of, if I'm not motivating you, like I know you want to start a business, and the conversations we're having are not
going out.
You know, what's happening? How am I? What's the conversation you're having with your friends?
So Ira, there's the idea around friendship as well, that it's seasonal. You and I can be very, very, very good friends, very tight. I come through for you, but our friendship is 5 years. A season goes by, we start to pull off, and it's not like nothing happened. It's just that it's seasonal. I was a friend for that season, and it's okay. Then tomorrow, another friend comes in for the next season, and probably we will touch base again 10 years to come, and we'll pick it up from there. Is that okay? Is that okay when you find that maybe this friend God brought into your life for a season?
I think people need to understand that people are busy. You know, people are trying to make ends meet. If that's your friend, they need to understand. They're not quiet for no reason. They're not, you know, they're not reaching out for no reason. There's real life is happening. People are dealing with things, you know, depression, anxiety. So They need to understand that.
All right, Bessie and Wandia are like, ooh. All right, let me begin with Wandia.
Okay. I just want to add on to what she said.
All right.
I agree with you. From what I'm picking from how the conversation is going, is that it's a matter of reciprocity, but also as an individual, you have to have the mental awareness and mental capacity to be able to take rejection well and to take betrayal well. So again, it goes back to what I was saying before. You need to work on yourself. You need to be at a good mental space to be able to know what's in your control and what's not in your control. You cannot control another person and what they do and what they feel, but you can control what you feel and what you do. So if a person leaves your life, it is okay. You will get other friends. You will make other friends. It's fine. You know,
but
that is not in your
new
control.
friends is so much work.
It's not so much work.
Okay.
You have to be in a positive mental space to be able to make positive relationships.
I hear you.
I want to take you back on the conversation of burden of friendships.
When you put that burden of savior.
What is this we are talking about? Because I mean, if you're my friend, when I have a problem, I expect you to jump out.
Yeah.
And help me. That's friendship. No, we are not reducing friendship to only when we have problems. It's just that now we are talking about when we have problems. You're my friend. We will have fun. We will advise each other. We will share business ideas. We will do all that. But because you're my friend and I am in trouble, I expect you to jump out. Not that by the time I'm saying I'm expecting you to jump out and help me is, one, I already know your capabilities. You're my friend, so I know this situation, Zinzi can get me out of it. So why didn't she remove me from it? It is a burden of friendship. You're my friend. That is why she is not my friend. You are.
But there's so much pressure that you're putting on me.
It's not pressure.
I am not able to.
Not pressure.
I still love you, but I'm not
Let me
able
explain,
to.
Zinzi. It's a responsibility just like any other responsibility that comes with, you're my husband.
Yeah.
Please. You know. You're my mother. This is your work.
What if I can't? What if I love you, but I just can't?
That's why I say I already know your capabilities.
Yeah.
So you are capable. So there are these situations whereby you are capable, but you just didn't do it. That is why you asked a question. Have you ever been disappointed with a friend? Many. And you only get disappointed when you know for sure, 100%. This one could help. But she just chose not to. She just chose not to help me. But there are situations where you know, okay, we want, for instance, I'll give you a fun, it's not trouble now, it's fun. We're going on a road trip. It's fun. It's probably someone's bachelorette party. And you're saying people should pay 10,000 but then this one doesn't have. So I can't be mad at this one because she doesn't have. Or if I want to have something are you getting what I'm saying?
All right,
Gutu wants to jump in on this.
You know, firstly, I think it's important to say expectations lead to disappointment. Any single time you put that expectation on another individual based off what you want, you're factoring yourself. You're being selfish. It's about me, 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 me. And anytime you do that in a friendship, in any relationship, even between a man and a woman, expectations. You see, you know what expectations are like, Trevor? It's Valentine's Day. Maybe she wanted to go somewhere in particular. But she never communicated. But she expected you to know that, obviously, we should go for the next bonfire adventure safari.
Probably send flowers.
Free advertising for them, you know, but you didn't know. But if you don't communicate and if you have expectations, it's going to lead to disappointment. So don't put that burden. And when I say this, I'm not saying that I don't support my friends. I will always support my friends, whether it's financial, emotional,
spiritual.
But you don't expect the same back.
If you want to give it back, give it back. You can.
Then how
it's
are they
the
your
choice
friends?
because they're my friends. Because we don't base our friendships off expectation. We base our friendships off
can't
being
wrap his
there.
head around.
I can't wrap my head around being the one who's always giving and not receiving.
For over decades. For example, I'll give you an example. I had a friend who we've been friends for decades. We fell off, let's say, maybe a few years back, and the world has a way of coincidence doesn't exist, and energies will always bring you together. We've not seen each other here, and we live in Nairobi together, but we bumped into each other in Dubai in an elevator 3 weeks ago.
How was that? Was it awkward?
We just looked at each other and said, you know what? Let's just sit down and talk. There's no way we could meet each other here. There's no way the world with 8 billion people can bring us here together to bump into each other. Coincidence doesn't exist.
How is that going right now?
It's going very well. And you know what? We had issues and we looked at things from different perspectives. But it's also okay to disagree to agree. She sees things from her perspective, I see it from my own. And that's how we are able to be complementary. Friendships are not symbiotic, but complementary. You come with your own strengths, I come with my own strengths. And that's what I also realized through that friendship was the fact was I had expectations on her to act in a certain way and see things, but she's a whole different person. She grew up differently. She's had different experiences. So how do you expect her to relate with you based off what you want? If you operate in that way in a friendship where it's always take, an expectation of giving, then that's probably why your friendships are not scaling up and you're not able to keep pushing each other. And also, one more thing along the line, don't be afraid to drop off heavy baggage, because that's also one thing. I used to have so many friends, and I realized I have a friend who's always crying about boy issues, and I said, I'm not going to be the one to always be the one to listen and carry you. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, ladies, imagine our time is up. I told you it's gonna go that fast. Our time is up.
Should we give the student the last day?
Yes, Renee, go ahead.
And I think
very briefly,
this narrows down to communication. In a friendship, you guys have to communicate. When you're communicating with your friend, you learn more about each other, you know your strengths, your weaknesses, and so this reduces the chance of having these expectations that don't exist or that cannot be met by your friend. So it's all about communication.
Wise words for the youngest lady here. Communication is key at the end of it all.
And that's where we have to leave it.
Yes.
I wish we could give all of you a chance to speak again, but that's it. And thank you so much for making time for us. Ogutu Okudo, Upstream Oil and Gas Woman of the Year, Kenya. And we have Bessie Kuri, Miss Kenya Plus World 2019 finalist. Roseanne Renee, student from Strathmore. Irma Maringo, Young Women's Forum Coordinator, Africa Youth Trust. And Wandia Kimani, Project Lead, Agriculture and Climate Justice at the Africa Youth Trust. Let's see what you're saying online at Citizen TV Kenya. Trevor Mbija at ZK, hashtag is Daybreak. Bring them up and you can read some of them really quick to see what you're saying here. Engineer Lazaro say women are more open to one another than men. Women love to share even their top secret with one another, something men would only do when they are pushed to the wall. All right, let's see another one here.
All right, let's take a look at one more tweet. Friendship. Friendships at times is overrated to some extent. True friendship circles depends on future expectations of the friends. Friends come and go, so to some point, family gonna be the circle of boys/girls club.
All right, let's see another one here from Matthew Muhindi. Says friendship nowadays, it's all about who you are, what you do, and what you can offer. If you can't deliver and you are in a girls club or boys club, at some point your homies will get tired of you. They'll see you like a burden.
All right, wow. One more tweet here. It says, I have so many friends today, friends in quotes today, but I'm 101% sure of the few, family excluded, that can sacrifice what they are doing, or what they're doing to be with me. This is what a circle is made of, true friends.
All right, let's see if we have another one here that's coming through to our newsrooms. And that should do it for the conversation around friendship. All right, thank you so much for making time. Now, Waiga Mori is having a different kind of conversation.
Women in media.
Women in media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about women.
I love today's show. Today we are being very unapologetic about it. Yeah. And we can help you try to understand that issue of Ogutu on the other side.
Now we're eating into Waiga's time.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a commercial break. Create time for Wahiga. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching Daybreak.